How's everyone doing? Welcome to Ranimal Media. We're gonna check out a police chase I just found. Let's watch it.
So there's really no need for this.
Hope you guys are doing good today.
These kinds of chances
Having a good day now.
and just create so much jeopardy out here. But they are, regardless. So we are going to be making our way down into the Silver Lake area. We'll be passing the 2 and the 110.
Suspect.
You know, even though it's only 2 o'clock, we know how the 5 freeway is on any given day when the sun is up, and just how congested it can be. And indeed, it is right now.
Wow.
Over the shoulder
Look
again.
at this.
They were really close to clipping some other vehicles there when they were in that center divider. So this is very desperate of this suspect to do this. And, you know, there's going to be points, too, where there might not barely even be any shoulder for them to squeeze by.
Discretion is advised.
You know, if there's any kind of junk there on the
Make sure you guys
right-hand
smash that
shoulder,
like
they got
button.
swept there by Caltrans
Thanks.
or something, and they hit that, you know, that could bring this to a disastrous end. But just crazy driving here for these burglary suspects, and still no one
Los
engaged here on the
Angeles
ground,
burglary
just following this
suspects.
one from LAPD's helicopter.
Wow, this is really aggressive. And as you were mentioning, Desmond, I mean, so often when there are not units behind these suspects, they kind of slow down, try to blend in with traffic, but this is not the
I
case.
added what
Mike
information I
Rogers is
could
here
find
on
in the
Breaking
description
News
below.
Desk.
You
Mike,
guys
what
want
are
to
you
read
hearing
it?
about this?
So I am listening to the CHP trying to
Make
coordinate.
sure you guys
The
leave
problem is
comments in
we
my
were
comment
up in
box.
the San Fernando Valley, which was an Altadena office.
Share my
Now we're coming
videos
into
out.
downtown Central LA
Subscribe
office.
to Ranimal
80 miles
Media.
an hour,
Trying
though,
to
as
grow
we take
this
turn here,
community.
really dangerous. So
Thank you,
CHP
guys.
well aware of it.
I
CHP
appreciate
has
it.
been trying to get some units into position. Now they're going to try to get some different
Ooh-wee.
units into position because
He's going 80 something miles an
We'll talk
hour.
about it right now. CHP
Blowing past those
just said their
guys.
Altadena
90,
units will not be
94.
engaging. They are going to ask their central units, which is where we're closer
100
to
or something.
anyway, if they want to engage.
Ooh.
So as Desmond was pointing out, nobody on the ground. 459 burglary suspects is what the want is here. 459 is the penal code that they will talk about on the radio, which, as we know, have been such an issue throughout our region, including the San Fernando Valley, especially if these are home burglary suspects, which is usually the case if that's the
Beep, beep, coming
the one
through.
they're putting out. So LAPD certainly probably doesn't want to let these guys go, but at this moment there is nobody to chase them.
Well,
Now
no, if they're
surface streets at
burglarized, you
almost
can't let
70
them go.
miles an hour,
Heck
really
no.
fast here.
Those are bad guys.
CHP's definitely not going to get involved if they're on surface streets. So I do hear them requesting CHP once again, but we'll see what they say now that they're not on the freeway.
Wow, and this car is just going so fast. Joining me here is
95,
Juan Fernandez, and
80,
we're watching
70,
through
he's
an
slowing down.
intersection, just going such excessive speeds here. It's so dangerous.
And what's incredible, Mike, you were saying
watching
earlier that
a Los
there are
Angeles
no
police
ground
chase
units,
on
only
Ranimal
air units
Media.
Following this, so
see that?
Welcome in,
this car
everyone.
is trying to get as far away as possible from what, right?
Well, right, and that's you know the idea of tracking mode
Burglary
or surveillance mode,
suspects
depending on which department you're talking about,
in Los
is to
Angeles.
get the person to think, okay, we're not being chased. I can slow down. I
Right.
don't need to drive like this. Let's see what he does under the underpass. And that's obviously not helping at all.
the
There's
white
no
car
ground
with the
units anywhere
sunroof.
even close to this guy, and he is still driving as if they were right on his bumper.
And so dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that
we've
other
been on
car
this
on
for
the
how long
tow
now?
truck. It's all
Just a
smashed
Just
up.
a few minutes, and we're seeing so much of the bulk of this basic violent driving now going into opposite lanes of traffic, crossing that double yellow line.
Hope you guys are all having a good day today.
Heavier traffic here in Echo Park.
Yes, you can see that, and they've been very
We're gonna hang out
aggressive
here
in
and watch
changing lanes,
this
and we see,
police chase
on the wrong
happen.
side of the road here,
See what
just trying
happens.
to get around all of this traffic and scooting back in that traffic because there's really nowhere for this person to go.
Make sure you guys smash
and
the
there
like
was a lot
button.
of traffic at this hour. I mean,
I
it's
do
almost,
appreciate it.
You know, we're at 2:30 in the afternoon. This is when a lot of kids are getting out of school. And now we've got the trees kind of blocking.
people
but,
right there at the
this is certainly
crosswalk.
a busy area as this car comes flying through that intersection.
Yeah,
Look at
you
that,
know, guys.
Des.
Now we're southbound on Glendale Boulevard. I was definitely pretty nervous when he took the southbound too because it ends here onto Glendale Boulevard, and that was really crazy driving. Some very close calls at 70 miles an hour. Would have almost certainly
Welcome
injured
into
a
Ranimal
innocent
Media.
person or worse, near T-bone collisions there. I do have to mention we're kind of trending towards downtown
Yep.
LA, and we know what that can mean. And so if LAPD wants to get these suspects, they really need to get some units behind them. I had heard the watch
'em.
commander authorize 3 units in that pursuit, but they just were never able to get in place. And now that we're off the freeway, it sounded like CHP wasn't terribly interested in this.
Looks like he's trying to blend
as
in.
likely to engage now that we're on surface streets, even though we are closer to the central division that Mike was talking
Ooh.
about. Okay, well now,
Whoa,
he
what's
don't know
happening here?
why.
That was, like,
just
intentional.
ridiculous. Totally. Yeah, it really. Oh no, I hope they're gonna.
there's more
Okay,
police.
you guys
Oh,
are
there's
right
the
there.
police.
Everyone's
Rampart.
scattering. This guy's got the bag. We're gonna stick with him.
Scramble!
Oh, trying to maybe
Whoa.
carjack or
Oh,
see if they
that
can get
didn't work.
inside. Okay,
Run.
dropped the bag
He
right
dropped his
there.
bag. He dropped his
Everybody's
bag.
scattered. They got one prone out there on the
Back to the
ground.
right.
Of course, this building gets
They
in
got
the way.
one
We'll see if
perp
we
on
can
the ground
Get back ahead.
in front of a
but,
red car.
Yeah, I think.
The other two
here
or
we
three
go.
ran off.
That's the
Something
same
else
guy.
right. Oh,
He
these
doubled
are
There he is.
officers
Run.
chasing.
Run.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Run.
We know at least
Run
one of the three
faster.
is being taken into custody. We saw them
Run.
proned out. Of course, they just keep running behind these buildings right here. They might have two, but
How far do you think he's
my
going to
pilot,
get?
Chris does his best to continue to try to get around this building
Run.
here at Palo Alto and in Glendale and the Westlake area here. Hopefully, they're going to have this suspect on the ground. As we come back around, let's take a look very quickly at the other suspect. There were three people there in the vehicle. So
Okay,
they
he's
got
got
that
one down.
But the one who dropped that bag, there's the bag right there.
And then he ran,
Whatever
left
is
and
in
around
there,
the
we
corner.
Just wrecked that guy's day.
Yeah, so they are still chasing this guy.
Yeah, three of them.
sounds like.
One got caught.
Yeah, I hear the helicopter trying to guide the units in. This person has got some legs. It's
Yeah, he made a
really
distance.
crazy here. Just give me a minute to
No
see if
way
we
the
can
other guy got
find
away,
where,
too.
where the suspect went to here.
What was the point of sideswiping that car?
I
It's
don't
just
think it
incredible.
was intentional. I think perhaps they were trying to figure out a way and hit the car
Yeah.
on accident. And then we saw that
Oh,
there
we
were,
gotta
in
figure
fact,
out what's
three
going on.
people in that vehicle all running. Again, these were all reportedly burglary suspects.
Make sure you guys smash
started
that like
out
button.
in the Porter Ranch area. They were captured on one of those security
Here that
cameras.
fast.
We're watching
on
a police
porch,
chase in
and, that is how
Los
this all
Angeles,
got started,
California.
But we didn't see any of
Burglary
these ground
suspects.
units close by until, of course,
They just crashed
this
into a red
little
car a second
accident,
ago.
And then we saw quite a few of them.
That's right. From
Yeah,
Porter
he's
Ranch
over here.
all the
Three
way
of
to
them got out of the
Westlake,
car and took off
right
running.
now, we
One
didn't
got
think that
captured.
units were so close
Yes.
behind, but as we can
I'd
see,
imagine
here,
two of them
quite a
got
bit of
captured,
units,
but
were there on scene.
I
Captured
don't
at
see
least
two of them
the three,
captured
right,
yet.
Mike?
Yeah, 2 out of 3, and they're still looking for that other one. And these units
Oh,
are
yeah,
starting to set up.
they
a
said
perimeter
2 out
right
of
now.
3 of them captured.
Does his camera's giving us a light show here, but what we're listening to here is you've got Rampart units. That's the patrol car right there, and Devonshire
Disco
units, the
light.
ones that were up in the valley. They chased it. They were with it all
Camera.
the way through down here. So
It's not
there's
me,
still
it's
some
them.
of those guys over here. That's the ones with the 17 on the top of the cop car. Right there. So those units were behind it. So while we were not able to directly see those
Get
units
him,
right
get
behind
him,
them,
run.
they obviously were there, and they were able to kind of converge pretty quickly on this area to be able to take these guys into custody. And, you know, I'm just kind of looking at the playback really quickly. It was so weird. I mean, he tried to make the turn to get onto that street and then just right into the
He
driver's
gets to run
side
way
of
down
that
there.
red
That's
car.
crazy.
Is that an on-ramp, Mike?
It was, yeah, it looks like it was headed towards an on-ramp. Yeah, it looks like it was headed towards the 101.
Okay.
On to the South 101.
So they got that guy. They nabbed him.
Yeah, that was on the southbound 101. I almost thought that they were going to try to, ram that vehicle and then
He made
take
him
it
work
or
for it,
something like
though.
that, but and it even seemed like they could have continued, but they panicked and got out. And that suspect with the bag, I'm not sure that I've ever seen a suspect run that fast for that long. I mean, we're several blocks away. I
The bag
apologize
has
to the
stolen
camera.
goods in
I
it.
have no idea what is going on with this
Most
camera right
likely.
now, but as I just kind of widen out and show you the street cred level of where we're looking. I mean, they were over here off of Palo Alto. Right here was where they were at, and they went down here.
All
I think they
suspects
came
are
back
innocent
around
until
Temple
proven
and
guilty
flew up
in a
this
court of
area
law.
behind the old hospital right there, and then down into this area off of Burlingame and London Street.
We just call them
and
bad
that
guys.
They were able to avoid all those officers that were out there running at the time. Is just pretty remarkable, frankly. So
Hope you guys are all having a
they're
good
getting
day
perimeter
out
set
there.
up. They seem pretty
I know I
confident
am.
that the suspect is in this area right now. And we'll see if they're able
He's
to get
hiding
them.
in
But
this
they were
construction
able to
area
get,
or
I know at
something.
least one,
Let's find
possibly
out.
two of the other suspects, 2 of the 3.
And Mike, when you look back at that playback, did
Yeah.
you see just 3, or was there a 4th one that came out of the passenger side?
So I see 2 out of the back and 1 out of the front, so
And
3
then-
in total.
But not another one that came out of the passenger side just right after?
Not that I saw, no. And I don't know that they would have been able to because, oh no, they would have been. Yeah, but no, nobody came out of the front passenger side. Now, they may have just decided it wasn't worth it to run and stayed in the car. But there was a driver
see.
and
Looking
2
at
in
Here
the
it is again.
Yeah, so watch. You'll have the driver gets out and then 2 people come out of the driver's passenger or the driver's rear, but nobody comes out of that
Oh,
front.
he
it's
ran
3.
around.
Yeah.
He ran
Yeah.
around to that
Yeah.
side. Okay.
It's 3 people. This guy with the backpack drops it. There's one that tripped, and then there was one that had some better speed and was able to get some greater distance between the officers
Wonder if they'll find
and
him.
himself. And still at this moment, right?
He
we
went
don't know
up and
whether
around
or
the
not
ramp
that person
corner,
is in custody,
got
right?
away
Yeah,
while
it
these
looks
guys
like
were
they've
all
got a
chasing
perimeter
these
set
2
up now
guys.
for it as they're trying to figure out where he went. I mean, that guy
They
had
scrambled.
legs because it wasn't like the cops weren't there. They were there, and they were able to see him and all of the things that he was doing, but he was just able to really,
He
really
couldn't have
book
got
it
too far.
and
He's
get
on
away from
foot.
them.
So often we see these suspects take off and they lose speed soon after.
Yeah.
If you look on the
Like
small
adrenaline's
camera, you
running,
can
and
see
all
the
of a sudden
police
they-
over
they
there
peter
looking in
out
the
pretty
woods and the
quickly.
trees
But this guy was really, really
behind the.
Yeah, he stuck with it.
Yeah.
Well, the
definitely.
one guy with the bag of evidence, he definitely gave up quickly because he had it with him.
Yes.
Whatever they stole from that house in Porter Ranch was possibly inside that backpack.
And it did look like
They were
officers
stealing stuff
checking
from a
on that
house.
driver in the orange car that they hit, which again was so odd the way that they hit that car.
Well,
but-
I even went back to try
Putting
to
up
see, like,
crime
was there a
scene
bunch of
tape.
cops
That
in
guy
front of
down
them,
there
and
is
that's
in
why they tried to make
handcuffs.
that desperate kind of move there, or what happened? But I didn't see any of that. I mean, unless they were
Two
able
in
to see them
handcuffs.
a little bit further down the road than we were,
Yeah,
because
there's the
obviously they were
bag.
there. We didn't expect him to be there. You know, as far as we were able to see, there was really nobody behind those guys, and then all of a sudden,
Those two
LAPD
guys
really
on the red
converged
car are
everywhere.
not happy.
You can see the two other occupants, right, of that
The
orange
guy says,
car.
"Oh man,
They're
your
damaged
car."
right now.
He says, "Man,
That might
my
just call the
insurance
white
wasn't
one
going to
is
do
not
that, and they're not going to
stolen,
take care of my
Not as far
stuff."
as we know. Yeah, not as far as we know. It was reported as burglary suspects.
And we did see
Probably
that
a
Desmond
stolen
was showing
car,
us,
so
he
no
really,
insurance.
zoomed in on that bag that was dropped there right behind that white
it is.
SUV right there.
Bad guys usually don't
there
carry
it is again
insurance.
for us to see a rather large bag there that was thrown down, and maybe perhaps some more items. I don't know. I'm looking.
Oh, things that may have fallen out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because when he dumped it,
Ziploc bags, look at that.
what is it?
Maybe Ziploc bags with
Yeah.
jewelry.
Cannabis,
Yeah. Yeah,
bags
maybe
of cannabis
kind of
or jewelry.
looked potentially like there's a LAPD was
Don't know.
gathering all of the evidence.
You think you
there,
know? Let me know in the description below,
yeah,
guys.
You know, fortunately,
appreciate it.
I mean, at the very least, it was pretty minor. It, you know, it looks like these folks are okay. Probably just going to be
Trying to
some
grow this
annoying
community. Make
property
sure you
damage
guys
there to the
subscribe
front.
to Ranimal Media.
Well, you know,
Is that a
the way
BMW?
repair shops
Yeah,
are these
that's
days.
a-
It's probably
Yeah,
still
It's a
okay.
nice car. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the BMW SUV and X3. It looks like that sideswiped this this vehicle, this little Chevy compact vehicle. So very unfortunate for those people.
They're still
Certainly
looking
could have been
for
a lot
the,
worse, but
the
still
driver.
looking for the suspect out here, several blocks away in this neighborhood.
He's running on
We have
foot.
not heard that
They
have
caught
been
his
with
two
custody.
friends.
Wow. So at this point, they only have
But the
one in
driver's
custody,
on
still
foot.
looking for two, or they have two in custody still looking for one.
Welcome into Ranimal Media. I'm
I
Ranimal.
believe they have two.
Nice to meet you
We
guys.
saw that one was, I mean, all three spread in different directions. One gave up instantly, and then another one, it looks like, it seemed like they weren't able to get very far. Do we have the suspect here? Yeah,
think
look
so.
at this.
Oh, they got him.
This is, yeah, so here we go. So hopefully this is the third of
They
three
got him.
here that they were able to find in this neighborhood. So the helicopter was able to pinpoint their location very well, and they got enough officers in there to surround him. And so we know for sure we have at least two, possibly all three, now in custody here in the Westlake District.
All
Look
three
at
in
that, you gotta-
custody.
sorry, really quickly, bottom of the screen, and Luke, if you can drop the banner, Des, pan down a little bit. But yeah, you already got detectives on scene here. So that guy in the suit there, that's a detective that is likely, you know, either been working this case or is familiar with it, and he's already on scene. That's a couple of times.
That's crazy. Well, that was fun. Thanks for joining me. Make sure you guys stop by again. Watch some more of my videos. I'm going to be making lots more of different videos. Not sure what we're going to watch next. Stop in, let's find out. Take care till next time, guys. Bye.